Welcome back to the GSTL. I am down to 2 players, and half of those players are going to be in I Am Happy.
Indeed. The one thing that kind of struck me during the break is when the season was announced and while everybody talked about the lineups, most of them were like, oh my god, incredible miracle. Who is going to stop them? Who is going to stop this team? Especially when they announced that MC is going to play for them as well, but MC is not here today. MC is still in the US. He's waiting for MLG Anaheim. He left a little bit earlier, and right now, they lost to TSL, and guess what? They are behind. They are down a game against Fnatic, and only 2 players remain, and it's Happy who's going to go head-on-head with Bjall. And we just talked to the Fnatic guys, and they said, well, listen up, you've seen nothing. Bjall played really bad in these 2 games. That's what Nightend just told me. He's like, you think he played good? No, he didn't. You should see the guy in practice. He kills nerds. That's what probably Nick and Dan would say right now, and it seems to be true. So if he is able to shake his nervousness and play on his best shape, then we will probably see him on a completely different level. At the bottom right of Ohana, in our Terran versus Zerg, we have the player for Incredible Miracle. It is in the red.
LGIM happy!
A bit of an unexpected pick, but a strong player. We didn't really get to see his potential yesterday because he was killed by Symbols all in.
And he is up against the Zerg player, starting for Fnatic at the top left in the blue. Currently see
Fnatic late call, Bjall!
He seems to be very, very nervous from what we've been told by not only Nightend but also Todd and the rest of the Fnatic team. He seems to be very, very nervous here, which is one of the reasons why they think he did not show his full potential just yet in the last few games. And the more wins he's going to take, the calmer he's going to get, and then we might just see what they've been talking about. Yeah. He impressed so far.
He has been quite impressive. He's going with a drone scout right now, also checking for proxies. A very astute drone scout. Checks the watchtower as well. Now we'll go and see what he wants to see. No gas from Happy, so he's going to know, oh, okay, this is in fact what I expected.
As the expansion now for Bjall, going for the 15 hatch.
That drone can already see the outlines of the double gas, the command center, and the factory and reactor. He can already see it.
Can spot the future.
He sees, man. He's like, I know what's happening. Well, at this point, I mean, in this series, IM is on the ropes. Obviously, they're only 1 game behind, but they only have 2 players left. That means that only 1 of the 3 players we expected to see, Losira, Nesty, and MVP, is going to be next if he loses.
It's just getting scary. When they lose here, then they are suddenly down to the last man standing. So Happy has a lot of pressure on him.
Yeah, he definitely does.
If he wins, it's fine. They are still tied. They are a little bit behind because they allow Fnatic to choose the next player, to choose the next map, so that's going to be the advantage that Fnatic has. But still, if he wins now, if Happy wins, then things are looking up a little bit for the IM team. But currently, they are 1 game away from having to resort to the last man standing.
Happy is a very good player. He does not have a championship under his belt, but he has performed very well in the individual league. He's a strong Terran player. He's good in all matchups, I would say. And, I mean, for that reason, he's a good second-to-last man to put out here.
It's very interesting, by the way. We can see the IM bench from here, and they are currently discussing who's going to be the next player. They're already talking about it. We just saw the coach talk to the Zera. MVP had a few words to say as well, and it's going to be very, very interesting. Nesty is leaning forward, discussing the choice for the last man standing with the rest of the team, especially the coach, talking a little bit to Zera as well. Who's it going to be? Who feels confident enough today? But first of all, Happy has to lose. He might not lose.
Yeah, that's a very good point. 6 Zerglings on the way now. Speed is on the way as well. Now, right now, from our Zerg player, we see a Baneling Nest, and he is continuing to mine gas. He's going Baneling Nest before Roach Warren, if he even plans on making a Roach Warren. But we have seen Happy just yesterday die to a Baneling Roach all-in. It may have even been... No, it was not on this map. This map was the one that MVP died on. But we saw a symbol crush every IM Terran that was thrown at him yesterday.
And this is going to be a standard, well, not standard, but something that we haven't seen all that often in the past. It's just going to be a Baneling attack.
Yeah.
A Baneling on 2 bases, the Zerglings are in production, and this is going to hit a lot earlier. And just from the looks of it, this could do a ton of damage here. The Hellions...
The Hellions.
Yeah, the Hellions are the problem.
Because with good Hellion micro, you will almost always be able to kill slow Banelings. So if he just lifts and pulls back when he sees these Banelings, he'll be fine. But the key part of that sentence is if he sees those Banelings. Because if he does not see them, the Banelings come in and kill all of his SCVs, he doesn't lift and get out, then it's going to be a very good trade for Byo. Oh, he's going to miss him for now. Uh-oh. He is getting cloaked for his Banshee, so the follow-up for this will be quite strong.
But the problem is, even if he has a Banshee, there are a lot of units. Oh, they head back.
He follows it.
He sees it.
He finds him. He is in a lot of trouble now. I'm referring to Byo, of course. He needs to send his Zerglings forward to support these. He's losing so many. He's lost so many now that this probably will just not even work.
Well
Look at this micro by Happy. Oh
awesome.
My god.
Awesome. And he takes down more of them. Here come the Lings, but there are not enough Banelings to bust through. It's not enough. There are only 3. Only 3. He kills just the bunker on the low ground, but that's about it.
Yep, the Zerglings can go for these SCBs now as well. He will get the majority of them, but this attack was not as successful as he would have liked. The Banshee has been spotted as well, so he has time to prepare for this. And you know, I still feel while this trade could have been much better, it's not the end of the world for Byo, who now has time to prepare for the Banshees. He's forced to lift. He's killed several SCBs. The worker count now dead even at 29 to 29. It could have been a lot worse.
It could have been a lot worse for Happy indeed, but still. Also for Bjall, the main problem that Bjall is going to face right now is that his economy is basically behind. But he still has the Zerglings in position, and they kill more SCVs, which is really important. And they make sure that this base at the bottom cannot be used. Here comes the Banshee with Cloak and no detection. He has no detection. This is brilliant, brilliant, brilliant.
Yeah,
for
this
Happy.
is really important. He did get the Evolution Chamber, but he never made the Spores. Now he's losing several drones. He's having to send his drones away from his natural. His Spore is on the way. He's just going to target down drones only, not even going to bother with the Queens, it looks like. Already 12 kills on this Banshee, and this follow-up is, I feel, the biggest problem that Byo is going to have to deal with.
He's just losing way too much here. He lost so many drones already. He's behind in Harvesters at this point. The bottom low ground, it has been secured for Happy, and Happy is looking fairly strong.
And he even saves the Banshee, gets away with 14 kills.
Gets another command send as well. Immediately throwing down a third one.
The Zerglings continue to harass here. He's going to actually get one Marine. A second one looks like it will fall as well. It's a decent trade.
The Hellion is a little bit too late. But with 2 bases against 2 and another command center coming in, the economy is looking very strong for Happy. Of course, we have the tag for Bjall. That's the thing that he's relying on. But yeah, as he just said, the push that's coming from the LGIM player, it's going to be a
He has the perfect composition. That one Sport Crawler is not going to stop Hellions.
The Lings are in the main base, though. He's even morphing a Zergling here. A little bit of a misstep by Happy, and this is at a time where he cannot afford it. He's losing way too many SCVs. Bjall with very nice decision-making, sneaks Zerglings by into the mineral line at the natural and also the main base. Very well done.
Yeah, he's losing a lot of SCVs. He's forced to use this Viking. And the Baneling! Oh, whoa! And he will get so many more. Well, actually, the Hellions cleaned him up before he could do it, but he damaged so many Harvesters. Now the worker count 39 to 17. The Banshees, however, are not done. They cloak.
Just think a second about what you just said. The worker count is 17 to 39. He looked in such a bad shape against his opponent. Happy in such a great position, and then this run by the Baneling that snuck in. This was exactly what he needed.
And look at this. He cancels the Spire. He has to cancel it.
This is kind of bad. This is definitely something that will give Happy a little bit of time to breathe and to just fall back on his economy. Now, he's still on 3 orbitals, isn't he? Did he build the orbital? Yes, he has 3 orbitals, but his economy is in shatters.
These Banelings coupled with the Zerglings may be enough, but there are so many Hellions in play. I'm not sure if this is going to work out like he wants it to.
Oh, no.
Nice splitting on the Banelings, and does not get what he wants, though. That was a close call.
He overreached a bit here.
Yeah, I completely agree. At this point, his Harvester count is 52 to 26. That's literally double. But Happy still has a decent army composition, and he forced the cancel on the Spire. The army supply is 31 to 9. He still has these Banshees alive. He's denying a third by killing that drone that was going out to make it. As long as he keeps these Banshees alive, he still has that big oomph to his push.
Yeah, he does, but the thing is that by now we have too many Queens and also Spore Crawlers, so he will be able to just fence them off, and he already tries to kill the first one. They did a lot of damage. They are basically the one thing that kept Happy in the game, but his economy is in such bad shape. Even with the third mule, it's looking pretty bad, and Bjal, he knows that his opponent will not be able to really put pressure on him, so he takes the third. Even with those Hellions on the move, he should be fine. He's getting Zerglings, he's getting the Spire once again.
I worry about Hellions, Marines, and Banshees all together going for a push. He does not have the army to deal with that yet, but he's getting Baneling speed, and these Queens are going to be pretty useful, especially with the buff they got recently at defending this as well.
He needs the creep spread. If he spreads the creep, then this push is not going to be a problem for him. But he needs to make sure that he has a bit of space to maneuver, not only with the Banelings that he can chase down his opponent, but that he can set up a flank, and creep strat will be so helpful with him.
Oh, these Queens are actually a little bit isolated here. The Hellions are so low on hit points, though, and there's so many transfuse available, he cannot actually stop them. He is continuing his production with the triple mules. He has just enough to make 1 siege tank at a time, as well as 5 Marines. He's pumping them out very, very quickly, and still, this game is far from over because I feel like Happy still has it in him to take this game. In fact, he's got a 20 supply lead right now, and this army that's moving out, can it even be stopped? That's going to be the biggest question.
Those mules helped him a lot in the last fight. And now we have 13 Mutalists, and this is a big problem, but the timing might just be what the LGIM player needs.
Yeah.
He's getting the Banelings now, though, and the creep is not spread as good as it could be. That would have helped him a lot, but here comes Happy, and
I don't think he can hold the space.
I think he will. The Mutalists are ready, and the Banelings as well.
You will see the Marines already pre-splitting the siege tank in position now. How will he attack? The first crew of Banelings coming in. He actually clumps his Marines after he split them.
And here we go, the Mutalists attacking the anti, immediately taking down every single Marine. And now it's time to focus on the rest of the army. Focus on those Hellions and the tanks. He has no problem at all taking down Happy's forces.
Happy, I feel, completely botched that. He didn't target the Banelings, and he did not. He had his Marines pre-split, but then as soon as the actual force came, he clumped them all up again. Not to say that he would have necessarily killed the base either way, but he definitely, I mean, the hatchery's at half health right now, and I think he could have done a lot more, but even so, this is great for Bjorl. He's taken a huge lead. Now he's 40 supply up. He has that third hatchery. It is alive. He has the Mutalist threat that's going to keep Happy in his base. He's got his upgrades pumping out at a pretty good timing, and from here, he's going to be really happy. In fact, he's going to put on the pressure a little bit more.
You were right when you said that Happy was able to get back into the game with the third commands, and the third orbital was able to call down the mules, and getting 3 SCVs at a time helped him in order to get even with his opponent again, especially thanks to the 2 Banshees doing so much damage. But losing this army that he just sent over to kill the third, he is in a very bad spot. He can't move out on the map, he can't be aggressive. We have 3 base against 2 for the Fnatic plays, getting +2/+2 upgrades, as does Happy, but on the other hand, Bjorl is looking really strong here. Spreading creep, making sure that whatever attack is being moved towards his base, he will be able to delay it a little bit, will be able to flank it. He's in a great position now.
I mean, he's basically got his opponent surrounded. The Mutalists are like sharks surrounding their prey. He has this huge group of Zerglings which can be used for anything. You can send them home, make them into Banelings. He can go for a big Zergling-only run by it. The third base of Happy moves out with all of his forces. He's got 2/2 upgrades on the way. A little bit ahead of his opponent with the Carapace upgrade. And he can take a 4th base pretty soon. Look at how scary these Mutalisks are. He's struggling so much to deal with them until the Thor is out. He can just go and pick off these siege tanks.
The Marines are just not able to save all these tanks. The Mutalisks are everywhere, so he needs to just have something with a little bit of a higher range that is also able to deal the area effect damage the Thor can deal. Because every time you try to snipe a unit, your Mutalisks, they will clump up, and then that's exactly what we see here. And then the Thor comes into play, takes one of them down, and now Bjall knows that with Mutalisks he has to be a little bit careful at this point.
Yep, and from here he's continuing to produce Banelings. With the Mutalisks, I think basically he's going to be done with producing those. He's going to take a 4th base. He may even just get an infestation pit on the 3 bases he has.
He will attack here. He will just attack. This is an army where he can stream those units in.
And the defense here for Happy is actually really good. The Mutalisks trying to find an opening.
The army supply is 104 against 87. With all these Banelings, if he attacks him when the siege tanks are not sieged up, I think he's going to crush this force.
Oh, this is a great position for Happy, though. He cannot actually fight this.
He's trying to bait him a little bit, and here comes Happy. Oh, and here comes the
He's unsieged! He is unsieged, and this is great for Bjall, who's tearing through his Banelings. He has a circling flank.
God, those connects, and look how he's not wasting his Banelings into the tanks or the Thor. Right now he's starting to attack, but this was well done, well controlled, and Bjall is on a tear here.
Yeah, he is. It's not even over yet. The Banelings continue to roll in. Happy in a lot of trouble. In fact, I don't think he can recover. Banelings rolling into the main base. The siege tank desperately sieges, gets one shot off and is taken out. Banelings just blowing up on anything.
It will not matter. GG as Bjall. He claims victory again. That's one happy face. Well, that's not.
Well, that's a happy face, but it's not a happy face. That's what that is not for sure. And look at Juani, man.
Oh, wow. They are up 4-2. Wolf, it's time for the last man standing here. Bjall has forced him out with wins against Yonghwa, Seed, and Happy. He is now up against the last player for Incredible Miracle. Oh my god.
Look at the desperation bench over there.
Did you see who is not there? Did you see it?
I saw it, man. There's actually several players missing there, and I think we know who it's going to be, though.
Yeah.
I think everybody knows the map is going to be Muspelheim.
I just had to have a quick look at our monitor. I needed to know if you guys could see him in the booth. You actually can't, but I could earlier, and it's gonna be good. Get your popcorn, guys. Muspelheim.
Muspelheim, indeed. I feel for the IM coach here. He made a lot of decisions that I feel he was so confident in. He didn't hesitate with them. Decisions he made for players were very good, but in the end, I don't think he could have prepared as well for Bjall. That's the reason why I think Juani has chosen this player. Obviously, we talked to the players during the break, and they said that this guy is even better than what we've seen today, but they feel confident with him, and also because he's not like the best player on Fnatic, but he definitely is one that it's going to be hard to prepare for IM, and they've struggled against him so far.
Yeah,
they really have.
They indeed have. They lost 3 players to Bjall. They lost already 1 to Moon earlier on, and then it was time for Bjall. Now the score is 4-2, and here's the bench.
There it is.
And the last man standing is once again gonna be Nesty.
Nesty, man. MJ Duck coming out. And this is going to be a long road ahead for him. He has to kill 3 players if he wants to secure a victory for IM. We saw Symbol get the reverse all kill yesterday, so Nesty can definitely make this happen. He's going to have to win a ZVZ first, which was actually the bane of his existence yesterday, but it's not Symbol in that booth.
Indeed it is. It's not Symbol. That's the one thing that yesterday really made all the difference. It was time for the Symbol show once again, and damn played he well. Now, on the other hand, we currently have another ZVZ coming up with Bjall against Nesty. It's going to be on Muspelheim, and I think one of the players that we are going to see today is going to be a given in case that Bjall loses. It's going to be Oz.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, Nesty has shown to be honest, poor results in the team league so far. He has not been able to really come through for his team just yet, but he is the one that they have chosen, the one they have called upon today, just like yesterday. He did not win the final match yesterday, but today it matters even more. If he does not win, IM is out of this entire tournament. Everything is resting on this one man's shoulders right now.
He has to take this. If they want to advance, he has to win. He has to win against 3 players now.
Now the maps that we have left, by the way, the first one's going to be Muspelheim, but the next 2 maps I think may have been part of IM's choice. We are going to have the 2 biggest maps in the pool, Atlantis Spaceship and Whirlwind, as the following maps for this. So that's going to be good maps for Nestea. So this is absolutely doable for him. Oh man, I'm actually getting so excited to see Nestea play this game. We saw, by the way, this very same map he lost on yesterday. Or actually, no, it was his teammate Lucero lost on this map. There was that epic ZVZ. Oh man, both of the games had Ultralists though, and we are going to see potentially another epic late game ZVZ today.
ZVZs were great so far, and Bjal, he can be relaxed here. He did kill 3 of them. 3 of them. He took them down. He did what was expected from him, and he did a lot more. And now he's up against the final boss. It is Nestea. We have LGIM with a Zerg player. This is gonna be epic. Is Bjal really going to take it here?
There's only one way to find out. The map is loading. Nestea against Bjal. Nestea is the last man standing. He is the last hope here at the GSTL.